frame by frame, girl. No one can do it better, baby girl. You're at the top of your game, yeah. Like a diamond in the rough, no bumps, no flaws, no. When you dance on your wine and your stick and you put it on pause, in slow motion, like we're making love in the middle of the floor, in the back of the club. Slow motion, just like a ship on the ocean. Slow motion.
All she say she wanted was one wine from me. All she say she needed was a little bit of my time. She never expected to get so addicted to my wine. She said, are you gonna hurt me? Am I a statistic? A victim of your circumstances? Or will I just get evicted from this loving safety? Please don't disappoint me. Not this time. Give me one more wine. One more wine. One more time. One more time. Give me one more wine. One more wine. One last time. One last time. I see you up in the dance hall, looking so damn fine. I wanna know what to do to
We're
make
gonna be back, guys. We're going on a quick commercial break.
so amazing. You got a pretty face, girl. I got something I wanna say.
The updated COVID-19 and flu vaccines are recommended for everyone 6 months and older, especially if you are 65 or older, have an underlying condition like asthma, diabetes, or heart disease, or are pregnant. The vaccines have been updated to strengthen your protection against current variants. So keep yourself and your loved ones safe. And whatever your reason, make sure you get vaxxed this season. Talk to your healthcare provider, call 311, or visit nyc.gov/COVID vaccine to learn more.
I grew up on a corner just like yours. I jog these streets. I go to a bodega that looks like the one you go to. I bike in the park. I drive my kids to school in the morning. I am a New York City police officer. I'm just like you because I am one of you. I am a proud New Yorker, showing off how much I love this city by wearing my heart on my uniform. Step forward and take the exam to become a New York City police officer. Show everyone that you don't just say you love New York, you live it. Visit nypdrecruit.com to sign up today.
Shot of tequila, the vibes tonight, yeah, so sweet, yeah. I'm on spot, the sweet señorita. So you bounce to the bass and the tweeter. She look more bonita, the way she move remind me of Selena. She rocks up, she dips up, she only dance to reggae and calypso. Look how the dress hook up on her hips, so look how she move fast and I do it slow. Yeah, more bonita, so yeah. Mama Caesar, girl, why let me come behind you? Hey, me make she feel alright. Put a dance all night if you want to. Hey, till the morning light. Love how you feel in front of me, so girl, let me hold you tight. Look at up here get in the arena. Number one girl, prima ballerina. Little girl, who you fi come in ya? She don't drink only spoons. She look more bonita. You know see that of my Mona Lisa. She rocks up, she dips up, she only dance to reggae and calypso. Look how the dress hook up on her hips, so look how she move fast and I do it slow. Yeah, more bonita. So yeah. My mama Caesar, girl, why let me come behind you? Hey, me make she feel alright. Put a dance all night if you want to. Hey, till the morning light. Love how you feel in front of me, so girl, let me hold you tight. Girl, why let me come behind you? Hey, me make she feel alright. Put a dance all night if you want to. Hey, till the morning light. Love how you feel in front of me, so girl, let me hold you tight. I lose all control when I see you standing there in front of me. Yeah. Your style, your clothes, your hair, your flair, woman, you look so sexy. The way you whine and the way you dance and the way that you twist and turn your ways. Leaves me wanting, leaves me yearning, leaves me feeling for a taste. Before the end of the night, I wanna hold you so tight. You know I want you so much. I need you so much.
body and a cool baseline, yeah. To them right now, them sweet sexy line, yeah. Make your tempted to touch me behind, yeah. But me no mind, touching me and no crime. From you know how fi bubble and you now waste me time. You look fine, so me now act like me blind. Before the night end, boy, we must entwine. Touch it if you want, rush it if you want. The feeling is mutual. Brush it if you want, and puff it if you want. Lost it if you want. Beer don't pan it or trust it if you want. Before the end of the night, I wanna hold you so tight. You know I want you so much, and I'm so tempted to touch.
All right, good night. Good night, everybody. I'm sorry to interrupt Mr. Dazzle as he's playing his music. If you're now tuning in, my name is Chandy, sweet and fluffy like pink cotton candy. You are watching Watch Chubble on GMGT and also on YouTube. So good night to Twitch land, good night to YouTube land. In a couple, we're going to have a very special guest on to have a big discussion with us. And I'm talking about Chromatics. But right now, I just want to ask, what's really good, Dazzle? Yo. Shout out to our Taboo Tuesday crew who just made me feel like I got dentures in my mouth, like real talk.
I started to look for my fixed dent.
Like, oh my God. Remy, we love you. Remy, you are officially the baby of the entire crew. The absolute baby.
I don't know how to take that in. I was always the baby.
That's the same thing I said. I remember Dazzle so accustomed to being the baby, and now to see that there's somebody else has taken his reign.
Damn, bro.
So you want to go into the news real quick? Before we get our guests?
Yeah, let me take my mind off of this this
take my dentures.
401k pension conversation we have in here, boy.
So real quick, I'm gonna go into the local news, okay? So as it stands, and this please keep in mind, everybody, I did this during the afternoon hours. So if anything changes, feel free to jump in, right? Mm-hmm. So a 26-year-old man, this is local news, 26-year-old man was stabbed in East Flatbush this morning, at around 8:30 this morning, between Wilmore Street and 93rd and 94th Street. The NYPD says they were looking for two suspects, two men wearing a black coat and a woman wearing a white coat and a purple pants.
I'm sorry, where did you say this was?
This was on Wilmore between 93rd and 94th Street.
All right. Wow.
Yeah, right there. The victim was taken to the hospital for treatment. Police say the suspects were last seen on Kings Highway and believe the stabbing stems from a fight over a girl. Crazy. No comment? No comment, just in case you know the person?
No comment, but it's still wild, though.
It is still wild. It's still wild. Like the next story I have, but I'm gonna give that story later on. Mm-hmm. So for national news, I like to do local, national, and international, right? Mm-hmm. A group chat was leaked, right? Or was it? So Jeffrey Goldberg, the editor-in-chief of The Atlantic, was inadvertently included in a group chat with high-level security nationals discussing war plans, while Secretary of Defense Pete Hegsworth, has denied that the war plans were shared. White House confirmation of the chat's authenticity has fueled calls for investigations from the congressional leaders. Critics, including Democratic senators and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, have condemned the indictment. You remember when Hillary Clinton was running, she had some emails that were leaked, and that damned her whole career.
Allegedly. Yeah.
So she's kind of on the forefront about this. Now, this again, I took this from this afternoon. I don't know what has unfolded. I know they were really getting on these guys about this group chat conversation.
A group chat, though?
A group chat. And the fact remains is the information that was said in this group chat came to light. So the reporter that was in it, he thought it was, was fake. He thought it was whatever he thought it was. And then to come to find out it was real. That's a whole different story there. Our guest has arrived. We have an ad coming up shortly. So once keep going. Thank you. I saw the keep going. I got you. All right. So we're going to go on to the next news. So guys, as that story continues to unfold, we'll keep you updated here at GMGT. So President Trump is levying a 25% tariff on all goods from any country that imports Venezuelan oil, whether directly from Venezuela or indirectly through third parties. The tariffs will lapse 1 year and a country ceases importing Venezuelan oil or sooner, it officially deems inappropriate. So as these stories continue to unfold, there's another executive order he wants to sign into, and that's pertaining to sanctuary cities. So he's trying to take away that right. So for the people who voted for this gentleman, kudos to you guys. I hope you guys are happy. As an American, I would tell you I am not happy with what I'm seeing. I don't like what I'm experiencing. It instills fear in me every day as to what's going to happen in the United States of America.
This is like one big episode of Beavis and Butthead.
It really is. I kid you not. Every day it's a new executive order. Every day countries are looking at us like we're crazy.
I'm convinced that they run around the White House at night screaming, I am Gangolio.
I believe you.
I am convinced.
I believe you.
Convinced.
I want to talk real briefly before we get into our guests, right? So I don't know, whoever's not been paying attention to social media, there was a young lady. Good evening, Agony. Good evening, One Gigs. There was a young lady who played mass in Trinidad, right? And she goes by the name of Gabby Fee or Gabby Faye, whatever. She's a big model, apparently.
No, she's not. I wish
she had Nike endorsement. She had this endorsement. She had that endorsement. Dazzle disputes this, but she had big endorsements allegedly. Allegedly. We're going to say allegedly.
Would stop giving this lady attention.
Allegedly, right? So this woman has taken upon herself that she played mass with Yuma, and Yuma put out a whole disclaimer. And everybody, you could check the stories on our Watch Chubble pages on Facebook. Anyway, Yuma put out this disclaimer, Xing her off and, apologizing for her behavior. But if you don't know what we're talking about the young lady, Gabby Faye, who took a dookie at a cemetery in Trinidad during Carnival. The young lady says she never defecated on anyone's grave. However, she used the bathroom there. She had no choice. She had severe bowel issues. And according to her, she had no choice but to do that. She allegedly walked with wipes and hand sanitizer, used the bathroom in the cemetery by a hole. She said the graves were nowhere near her. They were from a distance. She used the bathroom, wiped up, washed her hands, and went about her way. I want to say this. No matter how much you try to fix this up, Miss Gabby, it is downright disgusting. It is downright disrespectful. It is nasty as hell. To anybody playing carnival in any country, find a bathroom. And if you can't find a bathroom, cut your carnival experience short and utilize the facilities in your hotel room or your Airbnb. To use a bathroom at a cemetery is disgusting. Whether you found yourself on top of somebody's grave or on the side, it's uncalled for. And I have no words. I don't know if Daz want to chime in, but I have no words.
I don't want to give this lady no type of publicity.
I don't have any words.
What I will say is that growing up, you used to hear so much at thing. Oh, John B could do your this and John B could do. Where the hell was the John B when she let it go?
But who said it didn't follow her? Who said it didn't follow her?
They said John B just pulled big toe and all these other things. Where was the John B? How come she ain't getting nothing happened to she?
Facts. Yet. We're gonna say yet.
I don't wish bad on anybody, yeah? But
nor do I.
I would really have loved for John B to pull she big toe.
And I just want to say, everything is not for social media. This is something she could have taken to the grave, tell her kids with her dentures on the side. Back in my day when I played math, such and such and such happened. It's not for social media while you're doing a makeup tutorial.
There's nothing to,
seriously.
As I said, I'm pretty sure she did it for the attention because it's not the first time she went viral. Oh. If you can remember, we even covered that. With, she was talking about her criteria for the men that she wants to date.
That was her?
That was her.
Oh, yeah.
You can't forget her face like that.
Oh, my God. I didn't know that was her.
So I really don't want to give her no type of publicity because
that's over the top.
In a nutshell, that's BS.
So, with that being said, we have... Is this an ad or a drop? I always get tricked at this hour. I think this is not really an ad. I think it's just a drop.
It's definitely the greatest radio station in the world.
That's it. And that's it. I always get tricked.
Let me just confirm that.
Please confirm before we bring our guests on. But before we do that, there's two more stories I want to bring up. There's dancehall artists. There's no more, right?
No, we can bring the guest
Okay,
on.
we can bring our guest on. So dancehall artist Sean Storm went viral for stating he never seen a successful soca artist tour with young artists besides them and notes that it's bad for the industry. Many chat rooms spoke about this, right? Many blogs spoke about this.
And the best chat room, the best blog, the best radio station that's going to talk about it now is...
GMGG.
Okay.
I like that. So yes, during his conversation, he mentioned this statement. And I just want to say this because we're going to talk about this later on. It's not the first time we've brought this up. It's not the first time, and I highly doubt it'll be the last time. I want to acknowledge that there are soca artists that do pay it forward for the younger artists. Very few and far in between, but it's done. It's not done on this grandeur scale as they do in dancehall, but it's done. So I just want to say that.
I think I agree with what you're saying. But what I think the more important thing is that those faces that are the established faces are not the faces that's doing it. We have some newer faces in different countries of the Caribbean that are paying it forward. But if we're talking about how this particular country is supposed to be the mecca, the big
Of
dog,
soca. Got you.
the shot callers,
Of soca, I
and
got you.
the established faces from that location is not doing it, and it takes somebody from coming out of prison for 13 years to be able to observe it and then tell you about it. This man wasn't on the road for the last 13 years. But he could tell you that he hasn't noticed it, he hasn't seen it. That's a problem, bro. That's a big problem.
So that's what I'm saying. I said, in my mind, I said, it's sad that it takes a dancehall artist for that statement to go viral. Dancehall artists looking down on soca when soca artists have mentioned this. Trinidad artists have also mentioned this, that this is something that is a serious issue.
And I don't want to say that he was looking down on soca.
Okay, I'm not saying looking
Because
down, but observing.
He observed
Observing
it.
is
He
a
observed it.
better term.
Because when he said that he didn't see it, I don't think he said it negatively to say that, this is why dancehall is better. I think he was trying to push the agenda based on what I've heard, because I watched that interview as well. I feel like what he was trying to say is that in order to push the agenda further and the type of power that soca music have, this is what needs to happen. And it wasn't, to belittle anybody, but it was more so to just state the obvious. And
Wake up.
Yeah, I agree with the live chat. GMGT, it's the exception, not the norm.
Yeah. With that note, we're going to stick a pin in this, and we're going to actually bring our very special guest
What about?
forward.
What about?
You ready? All right, let's go. Ow.
Oh.
Let me switch it up. Good night. Hold on. I can't hear you. Talk in the talkaphone for me. I can't hear you. Can you hear him?
Nope.
We can't hear you. Is it me? Check. I do. Can't hear you. Still.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a few. We'll come back to you. Okay? All right. you talk now for me, please? Hello? It's still muted. Like, is it your side that's muted? No, like I can't hear anything. Okay.
Yeah, there's no audio coming in.
No audio coming in whatsoever.
You know, we could do the interview with with a piece of poster board and a marker, you know. No, all seriousness, let me try to figure out what's going on.
All right, we're gonna try again and I'll get right back to you. Yeah. Give us a few.
say, even if a million miles away, ain't nobody could come take your place. Just to see you in that, just I like in that, wind up on you in that, just I like.
try again. Testing. Boy, oh boy. Nothing. Gonna have to try the other route. Yeah. So just to give you guys a heads up, our guest has some technical difficulties, but while we wait for us to resolve that, I'm gonna have Dazzle play some music, but we still here rocking.
Tell me, baby, do you see it? Fireworks in the sky when we waves combine. How come nobody tell me you so good? I feel like I finally found my place in life. And from where I'm standing, I love the view. You stole my attention by the way you flinging up that waist. Your eyes filled with passion. I know you are giving all to me. Mission control, I know what you waiting for, girl. Suit up and come take a ride on this rocket, baby. Promise we gon' find a way to fly away. I know you want to take a ride on this rocket, baby. I don't want you behind, I need you in front of me. So come let me take a ride on the rocket, no, bend down and rock it, to fro, bend down and rock it. You know you want to take a ride on the rocket, no, bend down and rock it, to fro, bend down and rock it. You know you want to take a ride on the rocket.
Sunrise, blue skies, in my eyes. Boy, you look like heaven and up. Damn girl on 10 eyes, 11 and up. You can't do no better, you know. When this sweat tripping.
Let me see. This is the third time, so let's see if this works. Testing.
Mic check.
Yeah, we got something.
Yeah, we get you there. We get you.
We got you.
Third time's the charm.
Go with what works.
Yeah, we know how the tech situation goes. I did discuss this with you over the phone. Like, I prefer in person. I've made it crystal clear. But thank you for your patience working with us.
No doubt. Thank you very much.
So I want to give you a brief intro, and then we're going to start our conversation with you. All right? You ready?
Yep.
All right, so let's go. So, and if at any given point anything sounds off, just let me know. Like, I usually do fact-finding missions and put things together. So if it's not sounding right,
I didn't send you a bio.
no, brethren, I didn't see any of that.
Right.
Work with me. If you hear anything off, just say stop, Chandy. Stop.
Got you.
All right. So Chromatics is from Trinidad and Tobago. Is a trailblazing hip-hop artist known for his fearless lyricism, cultural commentary, and unwavering dedication to the rap scene in the Caribbean. Despite being banned from numerous radio stations, I'll talk about that. I don't know if that's accurate. He preserved and became one of the most recognized hip-hop artists in Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, it's accurate.
Inspired by legends like Jay-Z and Biggie, Chromatics made a name for himself through his sharp storytelling and hard-hitting bars. He gained widespread recognition with his Carnival wrap-up series, lyrical recaps of Trinidad's Carnival season, which showcase his ability to blend humor, critique, and social insight into his music. Aside from hip-hop, Chromatics has dabbled in soca and reggae, proving his versatility, which we definitely dabble into later, of course, in this interview.
And Calypso.
And Calypso, sorry.
On the greatest station on the world.
Chromatics.
GMGG.
Yes. We gonna stop that, or we gonna keep going? Can we pause it? Pause it for me, please.
Good. Finish it.
Yeah. Chromatics remains a leading figure in the evolution of hip hop in Trinidad and Tobago. Tonight we welcome Chromatics to the Watch Trouble mic. So
Yo, who wrote that?
Me.
Where you? I'm gonna have to use that for my bio. That sounds great.
Thank you.
That sounds incredible.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. I forgot one part. With international performances, viral hits, and undeniable impact of the Caribbean rap scene. There we go. I forgot that part. But yes, it was me.
Respect and manners, and everything was accurate except for the reggae. And is more soca and calypso.
More soca and calypso.
One or two reggae. Yeah.
Got you. Well, welcome to Watch Trouble, dear. How are you?
I'm glad to be here. I've been following.
Are you planning an event?
Oh my God, so sorry about that. Okay, good. We got that. Yeah.
No, I said glad to be here. I've been following you all for some years.
Really?
It's yeah, man. And
that's a full circle moment, Jude.
What's that?
So that's a full circle moment.
Yeah. You know, I've been watching the works that's been done and the advancements in the studio and everything. So respect and manners all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So, if you've been watching the show, then you know. Wait, hold on. Did we miss anything? Yeah, you addressed that.
Yeah.
So, I want to know for the whole evening, what really brought you here tonight? Tell the people what you're here for tonight.
Well, we had, the wrap up has been out exactly 2 weeks. It was launched 2 weeks ago on March 11th, 9 p.m. And we're here to promote the Carnival wrap up 2025 and discuss whatever y'all want to discuss.
Ooh, we open for that.
Yeah, man. And just really open up the conversation about the music,
Got you. So seeing that you're not a Watch Trouble virgin because you've been watching the show, right? You've been watching the show. So I'm just going to dive right into this or that, right?
Right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go. Swimming or staying on land?
Swimming.
Okay. Cardi B or Nicki Minaj?
Oh, Nicki, because Nicki writes her own. Can I curse on the show? I just had to make sure. No? Yes?
No, we try to keep it clean.
Because Nicki writes her own stuff, and I have to rate someone that writes their own expression. You know what I mean?
Got you.
And she bad with the bars too,
Yeah.
Hip hop or rap?
Hip hop.
He took a while to think about that one. I like that. He was like,
Yeah, I mean, where's the difference? Where's the difference coming in? But I think I know what you're talking about. But hip hop is the entire culture of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna say Trinidad or Soca?
Both.
Nah, you gotta choose one. That's the whole purpose of this or that. You gotta choose one.
Can't do that, dog. I will get real big stones for this. Let's just say Soca to be on the safe side. Everybody, right? Say Soca to be on the safe side. Because I'm someone that bigs up and promotes any Trinidadian artist in whatever genre trying to express themselves. You know what I mean? Once they're dope, I for that. But
Gotcha.
Soca is we thing, so.
Reggae or dancehall?
Reggae.
Favorite reggae artist?
Well, between Bob and Garnet Silk. So Garnet Silk.
See it? Oh, this whole time. You see? You see?
Go ahead.
I know you just watch because there was the two questions and the two artists that I just asked.
All the time, yeah.
If you had to choose between one, who would you choose? Garnet Silk or Bob?
Well, you see, Bob is just like overarching. Bob is reggae now.
Yes.
But personally, Garnet Silk have a special place in my heart musically.
I just felt that his career was just cut too short, but he had the potential to be a Bob, in my opinion.
Yeah, but he at the end of the day, he did what he had to do while he was on.
While he was here, yeah.
I mean, he created an impact that we haven't really seen till probably maybe Chronics. You know what I mean?
All right, let me see. Jay-Z or Biggie?
Jay-Z.
All right. Biggie or Pac?
Biggie.
Favorite Biggie?
Okay.
Favorite Biggie? Unbelievable.
Okay.
And why Biggie over Tupac?
Just the impact Biggie had in Trinidad. He was such a, his presence was such a huge presence, and you know, we would see him on the TV all the time when it had like things like Party Flavor and like little local video shows. I remember, funny story, DJ Pon's sister had the Ready to Die CD in school, and it was amazing. Like chicks and all was vibing to Biggie. I was like, yo, what's going on here? You know what I mean? So, but I mean, yo, they both have a huge impact on me, career-wise and music-wise. You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right. So,
but I would say this though, Pac is probably get a lot more play now from me than Biggie.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Just because of the topics that he
that's why I figured you would have said Pac.
A little wider range of topics now. But stick with it, yo.
A man from Trinidad. Roti or Boss Up?
You mean Boss Up Shutter or Dalperia?
Yeah,
or rap?
right, correct. Dalperia or Boss Up?
A rap.
Okay.
Rap. Yeah, man.
Doubles or roti?
Every Friday.
He said every Friday.
I'd rather say roti. You know what I mean? Roti is like more delicacy, you know what I mean? As I say, like on Fridays, when I used to come out to New York, we had the alleys on Flatbush every Friday.
How would you take your roti? Like, what's your best option?
A boneless chicken and a bouche. With some pumpkin and slide pepper. Very slight. If not a shrimp roti. But that'd be kind of expensive.
So we have bouge and bourgeois.
yeah.
All right.
Oh, a good beef roti. A good beef one. Lean. Yeah.
Long flight or long drive?
Long flight.
Okay.
I like that. Radio host or music entertainer?
Music entertainer.
Okay.
All right, let me see. Marshall or Bungie?
Garland.
I could see that. One.
Favorite Garland?
Fett is Fett. Just because of the at that time when he was coming out and the backlash or the little fight he was trying to get, because he came out of the same school we came out of, you know, dancehall and hip hop. You know, my former rap group, Spot Rushers, we had tunes with Bungie when Bungie was chanting hard. You know what I mean? And, you know, people were trying to fight him down because he was coming with that more dancehall or what they want to call raga soca style. So Fett and Fett was kind of like him telling that story now. It's like, ole Fett, but coming in every Fett, you know what I mean? Pause. So, yeah, so it was just like that sort of breakthrough record as far as I was concerned. His favorite, you know.
Jumping on trends or making your own lane?
Oh, God, make my own lane. Cut grass for Booty to pass. That's it.
Hey.
Rehearsing or going with the flow?
Rehearsing.
What's your rehearsal routine?
Depending on the show, doing the track list, and because obviously, you know, I perform, I kind of bridge so many different demographics that I have to understand. What event am I going into? So therefore, I will curate my playlist to suit that audience. You know what I mean? With a little leeway to play it by ear live, and then, you know, just go in the studio and cram it out, bang it out, rehearse until it's like the back of your hand.
I'm gonna do one more. Let Dazzle do one more, and then we'll go into the music.
All right.
Oh, I like this question here. The opportunity to go 5 years in the past or the opportunity to go 5 years in the future?
5 years in the...
Why they pass?
So I can see my mom's.
Yeah. I understand that one.
Yes, sir.
You left with that one, so
Yeah, that was like something heavy.
I could
that was a
understand
heavy
what the man
moment. That was the first time we ended heavy.
This is what Trouble man come to talk. I mean, I could understand. So I know not to go any further. You understand? But I understand exactly what you mean.
No, I get it. What would be the conversation you would have with her?
Nothing. Just sit down and talk about life. Lie down next to her and just talk. Talk about my day, her day. You know what I mean?
Got you.
He's a better man than me because I would tell mine, you see, look, I didn't go school, I didn't become a doctor, but look, are there any people MTV, you see?
One more. Just to end it off on a happy note. Not to say that wasn't happy.
Okay. Large concert performance or small intimate stage?
Small intimate stage.
Wow. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? I'm an extroverted introvert. Okay, so you're a combo. Got you. I get it.
Now, I mean, that's how I came up.
Okay.
And I had to deal with small, personal, intimate audiences. And I actually would go and rip shows, like 100, 200 people, or even less than that, to be honest. And then when I started to get in front of larger crowds in the thousands, the performance didn't translate. And then I started to treat larger performances as like, you know what, forget about thousands of people in front of me. Let me just vibe with the one or two and talk to them personally. So treating that large audience like it's a personal connection, and that's where things, became very different in those larger stages, So if it wasn't for the small ones, then the big ones wouldn't, be the same.
Right.
They help mold you. Got you. All right. So we've ended Watch Trouble. How do you feel?
And this or that, not Watch Trouble.
Sorry, this or that. My bad. He looked at me.
Let me go and Watch Trouble yet.
So how do you feel? We ended this or that. It was good?
That's vibes, man.
He survived.
He survived it. Shoot. So now we want Dazzle. I'm going to let Dazzle play some music from you, and then we're going to have a brief discussion about it and then ask him more questions. All right? All right. Keep it locked, guys.
Very good. That kind of way. Yeah. They ask me, Matics, when you're gonna run out of lyrics. I tell them when I'm gonna run out of spirits. Around the same time that I run out of critics. And all of them clunks that I run out of gimmicks. Deep down inside, yeah, I know that they're jealous. They start to throw shade like they're pelting umbrellas. Cause they girl ain't giving them no beat like a cappella. When me tune get the girl in the groove like Stella. I make them jump up like a burpee. They just mad, I ain't everything like Berkey. Mouth hot like I swallow a bottle of Bertie. So if you feel like I ain't worthy, I get the approval from singing some. They ask me, Matics, when you're gonna run out of lyrics. I tell them when I'm gonna run out of spirits. Around the same time that I run out of critics. And all of them clunks that I run out of gimmicks. Deep down inside, yeah, I know that they're jealous. They start to throw shade like they're pelting umbrellas. Cause the girl ain't giving them no beat like a cappella. When me tune get the girl in the groove like Stella. I make them jump up like a burpee. They just mad, I ain't everything like Berkey. Mouth hot like I swallow a bottle of Bertie. So if you feel like I ain't worthy, I get the approval from singing Sandra, Valentino and the explainer. That I could be a Kaiso entertainer. I even share stage with Lord Relator. So why I go business about a hater when even David Michael rode a rater. So like a restaurant with the waiter, I don't cater. They must be never get the message like they out of data. Well, you know that kind of way. Yeah, you know that kind of way. Well, you know that kind of way. Yeah, you know that kind of way. Well, you know that kind of way. Yeah, you know that kind of way. Well, you know that kind of way, that kind of way. I throw away the anatomy book, so I don't study nobody. I never ride here to what they doing normally. Even when I see them catch a forward off a volley, I never drop the ball, I kick that like a volley. Boom! I tell you, no, we'll never be the same, man. True trim, me go the night, they slap when the plane land. Dirty and I'm muddy on a Monday, I ain't shame, man. I know the gatekeepers and the game plan. Even in the midst of the disrespect, I capitalize like a type in vex. Tell them come again, we ready for what's next. Come, bring you over your man and your witch and your hex. Cause when the Lord put out the hand and the bless me, there ain't a fuss in the world that can stress me. Cause no was like say it's on the page, I'm ready to blaze ya. Now we see the whole scene going up in vapor. Well, you know that kind of way. Yeah, you know that kind of way. Well, you know that kind of way. Yeah, you know that kind of way. Well, you know that kind of way. Yeah, you know that kind of way. Well, you know that kind of way. That kind of way. That kind of way. They're the pain now. They're the pain now. They're the pain now.
Watch me. Hey, every girl I miss a rock and come in. All the ladies start rock and come in. Every girl I miss a rock and come in. Rock.
Because I want all of the girl in my life. I want a ton more and a take big wife. They say that I greedy, I must make a choice. So bring all of them and them is my type. Cause I want all of the girl in my life. Like King Solomon and 100 wives. They say that I greedy, I must make a choice. So bring all of them is my type.
The girl who is walking the bank. The girl in the gym like a hole up a plank. The police woman that holding big rank. The one in the gas station that fill up me tank. I want all the girl who is cash in the grocery. And the girl who is walking in the nursery. Don't get me wrong and say that I'm thirsty. Before we move on, let me tell you this firstly. If you have the oil in the coil, well I will why you link me. In that case, man, you back like a slinky. Working class girls that still keep it kinky. And so tight that I can't fit me pinky. Army girls in the camo. The girl in the choir that singing soprano. The girl in the band who does play on piano. The girl who does dance with Marshall Montano.
Because I want all of the girl in my life. I want a ton more when I take the wife. They say that I greedy, I must make a choice. So bring all of them is my type. Cause I want all of the girl in my life. Like King Solomon and 100 wives. They say that I greedy, I must make a choice. Anytime they see me, them a ball out, boy. Shout out my name and I call out, boy. Big girl and woman just all out, boy. Everybody down in the party, boy. Get to use a big show party, boy. Watch the bumper them a roll like Bugatti, boy.
Until she reverse and come back. Until she make contact. They make your back bend, let me pull out my pen and sign up your contract. She says she love that. I can't tire, never ever run flat. Any girl come around, can't whine and go down. Turn my face in a frown and I cuss that. She says she wanna learn, cuss that. She says it's that burn, what's that? Hey girl, you're giving trouble. Oh, your name Bubbles? Should I know I go bust that? But some manners get sidetracked. Start fight over girl, know they sing track. But while they singing on the stage, she come on in the back. Don't take away the girl, hijack.
Cause anytime they see me, them a ball out, boy. Shout out my name and I call out, boy. Big girl and woman just all out, boy. Cause everybody down in the party, boy. Get to use a big show party, boy. Watch the bumper them a roll like Bugatti, boy. Well, let me tell you about a young lady that I met back in January. She have a husband, his name is Cherry. And the man big, tall and he's scary. He way older than she did married very young. He's a big businessman, he just carry 2 guns. When they no tidy not, if you see the love run, now it's 6 years gone. She ain't having no fun, she don't want to be a cheater. But Jerry start to beat her, now she looking online for a late night creeper. She remember when I meet her by a bar and a repeater. So she dashing me DM like 100 meters. She say, use the man who could do it right. We start to link and make turn in the night. She want to rub down me rifle and ride on me cycle. She say, I's a friend, but I know me title is outside man. Whoa. And so she begging me for the ride. And she said we have to go high. Well, let me tell you about a young lady that I met back in January. She have a husband, his name is Cherry. And the man big, tall and he's scary. He way older than she did married very young. He's a big businessman, he just carry 2 guns. When they no tidy not, if you see the love run, now it's 6 years gone. She ain't having no fun, she don't want to be a cheater. But Jerry start to beat her, now she looking online for a late night creeper. She remember when I meet her by a bar and a repeater. So she dashing me DM like 100 meters. She say, use the man who could do it right. We start to link and make turn in the night. She want to rub down me rifle and ride on me cycle. She say, I's a friend, but I know me title is outside man. Whoa. So she begging me for the ride. And she said we have to go high. Whoa. She say, she outside inside, man, no. But she begging me for the ride. And she say I can't come inside. What she say? No. She say you can't come inside. You can't come inside at all. No. She say you can't come inside. You can't come inside at all. No. She say you can't come inside. You can't come inside at all. No. She say you can't come inside. You can't come inside at all. No.
I is the daddy. This is what they want, huh? Love. Alright. Eskimo. Welcome to the greatest show on earth. None of them can beat we yet. Where even a state of emergency can't stop you from fed. Like you forget, that's why they want me step in the boot. I's the only man that's balanced the lies and the truth. So from all January I hear them calling my name. Since Yankee Boy was on the parkway and start to complain. Too much dance all in carnival, he claiming that they right. Cause our vibes got a concert, carnival Friday night. He going on hunger strike, that they last a fortnight. He spread out 4 plates of food and make a knife and fork fight. Like morals going out the window when our artists in a drought. Just to stuff that thing way under the nose.
Oh Lord! Top this screen.
You're damn stupid.
This is what they want, huh? Love. Alright. Eskimo. Welcome to the greatest show on earth. None of them can beat we yet. Where even a state of emergency can't stop you from fed. Like you forget, that's why they want me step in the boot. I's the only man that's balanced the lies and the truth. So from all January I hear them calling my name. Since Yankee Boy was on the parkway and start to complain. Too much dance all in carnival, he claiming that they right. Cause our vibes got a concert, carnival Friday night. He going on hunger strike, that they last a fortnight. He spread out 4 plates of food and make a knife and fork fight. Like morals going out the window when our artists in a drought. Just to stuff that thing way under the nose. Oh, I'm out. Some man need to watch the words before they get braced. So end up in Malabar and bench, I cough out the face. I 5.0, we all know with voices travel. In that interview, sounding like you're gargling gravel. Kes came out leading the pack with a very familiar track. If it worked last year, then why not make a talk back? I know if it's plagiarism, I'm a thief, a whole rhythm, then claim me teeth from my teeth. Therefore, he should be forgiven. He was out in the cold, but full blown. Tell him no, they pulled down his video. He blame Hashem Montano. Then he pull a bigger link and reproduce it pronto. But all the brighter still get spell Eskimo. Well, boy, we beat that tune like it's Joshua Rebrello. And change the coat of arms to make the whole world know. This is the land of steel pan, Calypso and Soca. Home of the sweetest cocoa and the greatest bend over.
Cause 2025 was a vibe. Whether you was on the road or you did stay inside. Like a Nika Berry, time to saddle up and ride. And just like Melik, let me running down the line. Where they want me do, where they want me do, where they want me do, nah, nah. Where they want me do, where they want me do, nah, nah. Where they want me do, where they want me do, nah, nah. Where they want me do, where they want me do.
See, carnival is now a business, and culture comes second. And true Calypsonians just make them feel threatened. I's the midnight rubber, a devil in blue paint. While you spend your child's school fees to fed with the saints. Come too close to the stage, lies go weave in your face. It's hypocrisy at its highest. Let me deal with the case. Marsha say less competition, we need more collaboration. Let me do a collaboration and enter a competition. But this new competition, the ultimate soca champion. Every man jack jump out just to try and win a million. Still Orlando had to ask them what they bringing to the table. And Saki, you could have leave that horse in his stable. I see Iowa George drop out, no reason was mentioned. Right after Sonny Bling, tell him to start drawing the pension. While Blacker than next and she knew man, probably have a scoop on. When he reach back Grenada, they might offer him a threesome. Marshall said,
Boy. So, sir.
Morning.
We went over, I guess you could say, your vast catalog, although somebody in the audience had a particular song they wanted us to play. Unfortunately, Agony, we couldn't get there. But I want to say I appreciate the versatility. But most importantly, we're here to talk about the Carnival wrap-up.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
And you just heard the first 2 verses there.
Uh-huh.
And if anybody hearing it for the first time, go on the YouTube and, you know what I mean, look for it, comment, like, subscribe. And I just actually dropped the lyric breakdown for verse 1 on my YouTube. So, but anyway, you tell me what you want to know.
I mean, user man, if you've been watch Trouble, then you know I don't lie. My reaction is a genuine reaction, and boy, I mean, I know Trinidad is a kind of place, but you have a Teflon.
Nah, good.
You know, some of them shots them look like it might hurt one of them, you know.
Real good. Nah, this one was out now. I wouldn't say it was soft at all. But I ain't hit nobody too hard, you know what I mean?
It tell the man he can't spell.
No shame in that one.
No, it's
just lyrics. All
the bright, you're bright. All the marketing and promo and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But big up Killer still, big up Pronto every time.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I still have to ask, what inspired Carnival Wrap Up?
Like, well, the origins of it is so the first Carnival Wrap Up was 2012, right? And the year before, 2011, like October, November, December, I was in New York actually. And I was out there grinding, just trying to make a name for myself in the industry, out there in the hip-hop industry, doing open mics and showcases, had meetings with record companies, etc., for about 2-3 months. And then I came back to Trinidad, and it was the height of Carnival, because it's December going into January. So it's like, I was feeling down now. I was like, why not come from out here and meeting all kind of people like Just Blaze and Cool Hook and the legends in the hip hop thing. Had a meeting with Shady Records, boom, boom, boom. And then now I come back to Trinidad and there's just mass in the place. So I was just like, you know what? Forget, I go on fete. I hit all kind of fete. Went on real fete out my life. And I was like, what I go write about now? And then, so a rapper called Mad Skills back in the day used to do this thing called a year-round wrap-up, which Uncle Murder does now.
Right.
Okay.
But the originator of it is rappers called Mad Skills, right? And we used to love that. But his thing was about, the music industry or America more so. And I was like, all right, let me do something. Let me rap about Carnival. This is my inspiration. I need to take of it here. And that year was so much bacchanal, 2012. And that's where it came. And funny enough, I wrote the first verse. And we was in the studio one day, me and my team, and Pun, of course, was part of my team back. And he's still my brother, of course, to this day. And I rapped the first verse for Pun. And he's like, Matix, that is a hit. I was like, all right, cool. Let me go home and write the rest of it. And it was like the first viral song to ever really come out of Trinidad. It just went nuts. It went bananas, like all over the place. But then, of course, a company pulled it down off of YouTube. So I had to re-upload it, and it lost the momentum of the YouTube views and interactions and all of that. But it was already out there. They couldn't stop it, you know what I mean? So, and ever since then, people if you look at the comments, a lot of the comments on all my different posts leading up to the wrap-up, hundreds of people say Carnival is done until I wrap them up. You know what I mean?
I did see that.
It's almost part of the culture now.
So here's the question I'm going to ask, of course. Why not Soca? Why not Trinidad? Why rap?
I was just exposed that early 90s, mid 90s era in Trinidad. We were exposed to a lot of different music. And I always say this, right? As a Trinidadian, Trinbagonian, sorry, we are exposed to a vast array of music. From the small, yes, it's calypso, soca, but it's reggae, it's slows, is R&B, is all kind of genres of music, because that's what played on radio majority of the time. That's why I just get vexed with certain man now, because soca and calypso was essentially, and still is more so in Trinidad, confined to these 2-3 months of the year. And all you hearing on radio for the rest of the year is hip-hop, reggae, dancehall. But then when a youth does hip-hop, reggae, or dancehall, you're saying, why you don't do soca? You know, these different influences. So at that point in time, hip hop was just, you know, emerging and becoming this huge entity that it is today. And I just felt more at home with my self-expression in that art form. You know, no disrespect to soca, but certain artists have taken it beyond what it used to be stereotype of soca. Artists like a Bunji Garlin and Nyla Blackman, you know what I mean? Where you can sing about different topics, but at the end of the day, the music does revolve a lot around the festival of Carnival. So you're singing about the road and the fete and the party and the rum and the dancing, which is, I love it. I am mix of it. I am all the fete, right? I love it. But at the same time, I just felt like hip hop was this thing that just, you know, I could truly express myself and have a variety and range of topics. As I say, soca has grown now to where you could touch any topic you want to touch in soca. You know what I mean? So, but that was just the inspiration at the time. And I would always say this: I consider myself more so a rap so artist. When you listen to those first 3 songs they all played, Kinda Way, My Type, Woy, that is what you would essentially call rap so, or new age rap so. Rap so is an art form that was also very influential to me. You know, every day you're watching Brother Resistance on your TV as a little boy. You know what I mean? It had this huge emergence in the 90s with the Kiss the Caravan, with like Kindred, General Grant, Sister Ron, big up Sister Ron every time. And that just let me know that, all right, I could do these other things. I could express myself in these other genres, or this hybrid of a genre, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
So, I don't know if you could read lips, but behind the scenes, listening to the songs and the cadence of the songs, and even the tone of your voice, a question came up. Do you ever get confused for Bunji?
Nah, not really. Only once, though.
I mean,
I can't remember which tune it was, but not really, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah,
a lot of people say because of the flow,
right?
As I say, we come out of that same chanting, rapping school. You know what I mean? So the flow is what you could say similar, or my delivery would be similar because we come out of that rhythmic flow. Sort of
cadence and at certain points even the tone of your voice. But I mean, obviously the two all stand up one way. We know who is Bunji. But you know, just the, you know, you hear a song for the first time and say, boy, wait,
who is this?
You know, yeah. That was the question that came up behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So.
I try to remember which song it was, but funny enough, so there's a song I did on the Badang rhythm called Bigger Than Them. Yeah, and I don't know if you remember the Badang rhythm in Marshall. It had a whole.
Somebody had asked me about that. Agony 711 asked us to play that, actually.
I mean, I haven't. We just need to give the interview more limelight than just running into all your tunes. You know, but we have it here. We have it.
Right, and then so if you listen to the Bunji tune on that rhythm, he just started off. Everybody called him a phone saying they want to hear me on this rhythm. They want to hear me on this rhythm, and I think it had a little bit to do with me because it's like, who's this guy? Wait, he's sounding kind of like Garlin here. Garlin, where is? We're not on the rhythm. This rhythm is a big rhythm, dog. And he came on the rhythm after. You know what I mean?
Okay. So my question to you, because like I said, this is a full circle moment. My grandmother left her home country of St. Vincent and went to Trinidad to go live. So a lot of my younger days, when I was not the best behaved child, I got shipped to Trinidad to stay with my grandmother. Right? So even in them times and them, I used to hear Chromatics, and I was playing music at them times and them, but when I would like try to play music, it'd have little family and thing be like, yo, you have any Chromatics? Play some Chromatics. And I'm like, I'm 8. Who's Chromatics? Yeah, how am I supposed to find out who is this? But I got introduced to you during those times. So realistically, what I'm gonna ask you is, from that time as me knowing you to this time now, what was the main motivation to keep you going in that time frame?
I don't know. I just like a challenge in life, and I think I've chosen very challenging routes. But just the love of the music and just the love of expression and sort of opening doors. The carnival wrap-up opened a lot of doors for other artists to be accepted. Because that hit so many different, as I said, demographics in terms of age groups. And it kind of let people know, hey, well, yeah, you can rap from Trinidad. You can be a rapper from Trinidad, you know. Once you keep your content somewhat relatable, you know what I mean? And then years later in 2015, I did the political rapper. And that opened a whole can of worms, right? And just pushing and you know, just creating avenues for others to express yourself. Because when I was young, I couldn't really look at nobody and say, well, look, he do it or she do it. As I say, it had the sister runs and you know, the others like that. But longevity is the real goal now. Is the real success in my eyes. You see? How long you could stay in this game and not just be relevant but have an impact. Yeah, and just the love of music, dog. I had to create, like, even when I take time off and I'm focusing on my other businesses like the radio station or my other website that I just launched, my mind just, I go see something happen on the road, I had to write it up. I had to write it somewhere or thing it in my mind. My mind just works like that. It can't stop. Can't stop creating, and it's just my outlet and my passion for the thing.
I mean, I did also ask that question, specifically to also move forward into the whole being banned from the radio scenario. Because I mean, to any normal person, that's a hard obstacle to overcome. But yet and still, here you are. What is it, 25, almost to what, 30, 20, about so? Almost 25, 30 years later? Yeah, and still
Let me say 25. That's all.
I could say 21 if you want, you know. We could, you know.
No, 25, nice quarter.
25. All right, yeah, we can say 25. 25 years later, still rocking, and then now you're on the radio. So how did that come to play?
Well, the as I say, I'm someone that always pushed boundaries, not just musically, but business-wise. I'll give you a little funny story. I was in New York, right? This is more like 2006, 2005, 2006. And I was shooting my first ever music video, a song called Basement Party, right? And I would go in front of the Virgin Megastore in Union Square, and I would see men hustling the CDs and whatnot. And I indulged a fella one time, and I was like, how much is selling for? Like 10, all right. And I had that. 5, ticket for 5. Boom, boom, boom. And I started to do maths in my brain here now. All right, if I sell 2 CDs an hour, that's more than minimum wage. All right, boom. Just started to do the maths in my head, came back to Trinidad, opened my business, sold over 3,000 copies of my first album, made over like $100,000. And it was just, from there on, I've always been trying to trailblaze independence as an artist. You know what I mean? Yeah, I at that point in time, I could have got radio play, people would support me, but it wasn't the kind of play that, you know, it was daily, every on the hour, whatever. But anyway, so going into that now, with the business side of things, I started my record company, and the royalty collection agency in Trinidad, everybody knows it as COT, right? Was doing some BS, right? And we weren't satisfied as members, and there was an alternative at the time, and there was another company, and that company, oddly enough, and this is, we're talking about back 2008, 2009, was implementing the same technology that we know today as Content ID, as in, like, if you pull up somebody tune on wherever and they get flagged or pulled down. So they were using the same technology to monitor radio and pay people rightfully, you know what I mean, or accurately. And then we put out a bunch of music, and it did extremely well. It was beaten on radio, you know what I mean, #1 video in the country, etc., etc. And then when we went on, it was like, all right, we want royalties. All the radio stations and TV stations was like, what? You're not with them? Nah, take off all that music off the radio, and we ain't paying you your money neither.
Wow.
I said, all right. You know, it was a blow, but then boom shot 2 years later, Carnival wrap up drop and they couldn't stop it. So I never really run down mainstream media now. If they supported, they supported, and there's a lot of people in mainstream media that support me till this day. And much respect and manners to them. But I never really run down that because I always believed in building from the ground up now. A lot of artists just want, and I have a recording studio, I have my own online radio station. So a lot of artists just put the cat before the horse now. Be like, I want interview. All right, where's the music? What you do? I want my tune play on radio. Why? Nobody know the song, nobody don't know you. You know what I mean? You gotta put in the work first. And I just kind of want to lead that by example for that. And then, as I say, with the Carnival wrap up and songs before that, prior to that, songs like Puppet, we were dealing with the internet before what it is today. I saw that the power in this thing that, all right, you can reach people with your music using different avenues. And that's just it.
Can we rewind back a little bit? And can we talk about Chromatics Music Studio just for a little bit? Can you tell us a bit more, like how did that happen? Who you worked with, et cetera, et cetera?
Well, I focus a lot on corporate work as well, but we work with young up-and-coming artists. I mean, lots of people have come in here, College Boy Jesse, Jazzy Blaze, Jalano, Sasha, and I could countless others, but it tends to be a lot more underground artists. But I also do a lot of jingle work. Like right now, if you turn on your radio in Trinidad, it's pure jingles, you know what I mean? But the studio is here, and then of course the radio station, our radio.fm, is also located in the same building. And you know, we have a mandate of playing no less than 75% TNT music, but we really play like 100. And those are all just, you know, part of my passion coming to life, being realized in a business form, you know.
Would you classify yourself like a living legend or not quite there yet?
I go leave that for the people to say, that's not for me to say.
I think Beanie Man kind of set the tone with that one day early in the year, so that was the most political answer you could give to let the people say it instead of you say it.
No, well, I mean, my career, as I said, longevity is the goal. You know what I mean? And I don't think artists, especially hip-hop artists, we now seeing hip-hop artists in the late 40s and 50s, even 60s. Dr. Dre is 60 or something. Jay-Z gonna be 60 just now. You know what I mean? We haven't seen that before, and we don't know what that looks and sounds like. You know what I mean? Even Drake, J. Cole in the 40s, approaching the 40s, Nicki Minaj in the 40s. You know what I mean? So there's no reason to stop creating, you know what I mean? So longevity is the goal.
That was going to be my next question. Like, at what point do you think you're going to say, I've reached my zenith, I need to chill and just fall back at this point in time?
I don't know. I don't think I don't think my brain and my heart, I don't think my heart would let me do that. My brain, maybe. But my heart, as I say, I'm constantly creating, whether I put it out or not. But I mean, these days, you know, me and my brother John Squared out in New York, shout out to John Squared. It's like, forget about him and on her anymore. Make music, put it out. Just create your art and put it out, however that be. If you put it out and you want to put a huge big marketing campaign behind it, sure. If you put it out and just let your core fans deal with it, digest it, appreciate it, cool.
The comment from Sean Storm, I don't know if you saw that on the interview did. Do you agree with his statement or you disagree with what he said? This is in regards to pretty much paying it forward within the industry that we know as Soca. Do you agree or you disagree?
I agree to an extent. I just think it could be done more. But I have seen artists do it. You know, a lot of the conversation was, all right, Marshall do it, but Patrice and Farmer and Umi and whoever else. And the reality is, once you're given the platform, the artists have to make their way. You know what I mean? It can't be just spoon-fed to you right through. So, greatest example is a Farmer, is a Patrice, specifically Patrice. You know what I mean? But I just Marshall. There's so many other entities who be doing it. But then at the same time, I remember first time I seen Voice perform live is when Kes bring him on stage with performing Cheers to Life. You know what I mean? So I think they do it, but in terms of like what Sean Storm was saying specifically in terms of flying, that don't really happen too much. You know what I mean? Because then again, who knows? Maybe that's a promoter thing. No, we ain't bringing them other artists, so man.
I want to say I would think it's a promoter thing. It could be like they don't want to pay for that extra flight, so it's up to that artist to say, all right, I have enough money, I'll pay for you to come forward. Unless it's a collaboration, you rarely see that happen. Rarely.
Unless the artist put on the foot and they say this is how we just roll. You know what I mean? I mean, there have to be a little balance in between, like a little understanding. But yeah, I mean, I just believe it could be done more because as the turnaround time of new artists in the space is very few and far between. But at the same time too, dancehall playing right through the air. Soca, we have this small little window to make things happen. And I always call it the bottleneck. And I'm dealing specifically with Trinidad, right? And Tobago. Is this one time in the year where all this music they're trying to fit in this little window here. So how many people gonna get that bottleneck done there and it choke up with some big ones inside there. So how the little ones gonna get through? Yeah, so it's many factors that come into play in my eyes.
But then here, I wouldn't say on the contrary, but because you did say specifically Trinidad and Tobago, but there are more carnivals now. So I see a lot more artists are venturing into different islands to get their music out there. Like when Pun was here, Pun pointed out, I wasn't studying Trinidad, and he went over to Dominica with the mix that he made there. And then I know because we're from St. Vincent, so we hear that song, that rhythm playing a lot more. So you're hearing the Lady Lava, and you're hearing the Nessa Preppy on that rhythm. So it's just like, to me, I thought it was canny that he went and decided to go, okay, Trinidad, that same bottleneck that you're talking about, I'm gonna try and go outside. And to hear that it's propelling, I think more people are playing it, and to know that Bouillon is going to be the next sound, it's like there are other carnivals there. So I don't want us to, I would like, ideally, in a nice ideal world, that we no longer think of carnival as festival time for these specific months. Instead, there are other carnivals. So maybe we can expand that thought process, but it goes back to your point. Even if we do that for each carnival, it's always associated by that particular island's time. So for Jamaica, it's April. For Trinidad, it's February. For St. Vincent, it's July. For St. Lucia, it's July. And it even though it's spread out through the year, it still goes back to your point of that bottleneck for each island. Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely grown in terms of a full-on yearly touring circuit, where you can work the circuit, you know what I mean, on different islands and all the different events. But it's still an expense for artists to reach out there. I mean, but salute to the younger artists who I've seen do it. Artists like Second Star, artists like Irfan, who would go and touch ground. Even, they had a little buzz in Trinidad, but they would go and, all right, if I had to chip up my money and just all of we stay in our room and go and press ground in our next island with your music, then hey, that's what you gotta do. And funny enough, we've seen a lot of New York soca artists or other foreign artists come and do the same thing in Trinidad. So I think that take example from that.
Black Adan, yeah, for sure. Watch what happened.
In Black Adan, coming back to Trinidad and working ground every carnival time.
True.
And he was doing that for years until you get Cloud9, and Cloud9 just went up on the next level.
Do you feel the level of support across the elders in the industry is for younger artists? Do you believe that it's there and not being televised and not being promoted, or do you believe that it is naturally a fight now?
I see it there. I see it there because you see people like Kes embrace a Jimmy October and a Kane, and and obviously I'm sure those fellas got a lot of guidance from him. But as I say, I believe it should be done a lot more. You know what I mean? I believe artists really need to, even if it's just words of advice or come on my show, open up, etc., etc. Yeah, I just believe it could be done a lot more.
Because one artist, I could honestly say it, a lot of interviews that we've done over the years. One artist whose name consistently comes up is Blacks.
Rest in peace, my brother.
That was one artist that consistently came up and said, yeah, this man didn't know me from a hole in the wall, but he gave me the opportunity to just get on stage and do my thing, and he guide me. And so
I'm glad you bring up that, because it's funny. I didn't mention his name in the ones that do, and he's probably the one that most. When the carnival wrap up now, drop, I performing in an event, and Blacks pulled me one side in the back. He said, Dan, you real bad. Yeah, it's cool. Now me and Galen, we have a rapport since the early 2000s, right? So me and him have a tune together called Verses. You can check that out, right? But I have never done a song with any other soca artist but Blacks. And it was an event where I was performing Verses with Bungie, and Blacks was like, Dan, we had to do something. And this is like years after now. And still to this day, my most streamed song is my collaboration with Blacks, which is a tune called All in the Road. But it's also a double entendre. Is they hear the girl screaming my name all in the road. They go and say. So yeah, and he called me up. Chromatics are doing a show in Tobago. I want you, Terry Lyons, Ricardo Drew, Tedderson John thing. Paying for it to come across, da 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 da. And he's the only man I really encountered do that now. You know what I mean? So we need more like him in the industry. And I hope a lot of people who would have paid forward from that experience.
Most definitely. With that being said, what is the biggest project you hold dear to your heart, or the most dearest project you hold dear to your heart? It could be anything. It could be music. It could be engineering. It could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be a song, but like whatever project you've ever worked on that you've held dear to your heart.
My album that I put out last year called Hammer and Chisel. Last year, I usually would put out albums like every 2-3 years, and I hadn't put out one since an album called The Business of Art in 2011. So last year I put out an EP and an album. So I have an EP called Kobo Sweat, out, right? And then of course my album Hammer and Chisel, which is out now, and they're all available right now exclusively on my website, chromaticsmusic.com. They're not on the streaming platforms. They've been out this summer. We'll make it a year, and that's when I'll put them out on the streaming platforms. But I wanted to go direct to consumer with these projects, right? But Hammer and Chisel, I believe, was the world hearing me where I'm at now in terms of, all right, my style has evolved so much. Like them Chromatics tunes you're probably saying that you play back in the day, I don't sound like that no more. The delivery, the style, everything is way much more me, way much more Trinidad and Tobago as a hip hop artist. And that's why this album, Hammer and Chisel, is probably my very dear to me, my most dearest project. You know what I mean? And I haven't even begun to start to really promote and market it when I start to drop content and songs and videos and things. So look out for that soon.
Okay. So there's not that many popular rappers out of Trinidad and Tobago. Do you feel the way how Trinidad take off that you may be in a position that you want to pioneer maybe a Trini hop?
Well, let me just call it rap so I'm done. You know what I mean? It there already. You know, I mean, but a rebrand and a fresh brand is always something, I guess, that helps it move forward. But yeah, I mean, music happens in waves. So we've seen, as I say, the 90s was Kiss Kitty Caravan, mid 2000s was reggae, what they call the Reggae All Stars, Reggae Revolution with the Marlon Ashers, the
Sasha.
You know, Sasha's, and you could go on and on, King David, Mr. King, Prophet Benjamin, etc., etc. And then hip hop had a little time in there, like around 2010, after with, you know, myself and my record label, and then Nebula 868, Make It Happen, there was this movement of hip hop artists and hip hop events, and I believe that's how it has to happen. It always has to start as a homegrown thing and an organic thing. But in terms of me just paving the way and representing, and that's what it's about. But the artists and them, this was song. The artists and them had to step up and pour out the content and push and promote and use every avenue they can to promote the content.
Well, sometimes it only takes one. Sometimes one to start the train.
No doubt. And I mean, there's a lot of young hip hop artists, man, plenty coming out of Trinidad. But you know what I mean? You will see them pour 1-2 joints here. But then after that, I ain't hearing from them. I ain't seeing them working the ground. There's one though, and I want to big him up. Well, actually, no, I want to big up two. There's an artist called Mike Wise who has been super consistent, putting out an album every year. And then there's another one called Natty Royale, who is very dope. So you know what I mean? If you want to check them out, check out their music online. Definitely. But I mean, it can't just be 1, 2, 3, but it had to be this whole grappa thing. So when one boss is our next, and that's how the Trinidad thing. That's how all these movements came through,
You watching me? I'm watching you. No more questions.
I mean, listen, I say it's a full circle moment. I mean, I trying my best to maintain the composure and actually,
and not be a groupie like.
Yeah, I don't want to be a groupie. Look here, sit down here in studio the other day with a phone. Yeah, look here. But
big up all the people in the comments on YouTube. Big up Keys Music, Courtney Williams, Lani, Strictly Noise, Lovely Spice. Who else we got in there? Best Chinny. But yeah, so before I forget, I will be in New York, May 17th. Gag Order headquarters. Right, is the event. So all my New York people come out.
That date also sounds familiar, like something else is going on that day, but definitely.
Well, let me tell you, Trinidad Killer was supposed to have an event on that day. He pushed it to the following weekend, so I'm glad.
See, I know something was taking place that day because I remember I saw him at an event 2 weeks ago and he was promoting that same date. Okay, so then that fixed. Okay.
So yeah, it's free up now. Right? So May 17th. Urfan Alves, myself, and a host of other artists. It's called Gag Order. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, New York.
Well, so shout out to the studio. They said we need to have you in studio. I already pointed that out. Unfortunately, he will not be here on a Tuesday, so I will leave the ranks for you guys. It will be a morning show episode that he will be on.
Let me check the calendar right now.
He established he's not gonna be here Tuesday. It'll be a Thursday. So I told him he has to come in Thursday or Friday morning.
Or Friday night.
Or Friday night for Dazzle show, whichever one. You guys could do a sound off, I guess.
Tune
for tune.
Courtney in the comments here. Promoter, what we gonna do Friday night? Before the show? Talk to me.
So I have to ask this is the part where we hand it over to the person we interview and they get to ask us a question. So choose wisely.
What's the catchphrase again? Chandy, who do what?
Chandy, sweet and fluffy like pink cotton candy.
So you wear a pink hoodie. Is that velour? What's that?
Yeah, it is.
It's approaching that time. The weather warming up a little bit.
Yeah, it is. It is actually.
Yes, Dazzle. So you say, you're originally born from St. Vincent. Both parents from St. Vincent?
No, bro, I'm a mutt.
What I mean?
When a mutt have different origins and heritage,
right?
I'm a mutt. So I was born here.
All right.
My mother from St. Vincent, my father from Barbados.
Word.
Mother leaves St. Vincent. My mother leaves St. Vincent. I went to Trinidad to go live.
Right. You mentioned that.
So growing up, it was a lot to intake all the way around. It's just different cultures, and then they try to find the similarities in between them, and then give them their own individual identity after. So yeah, I'm a mutt. I'm a mutt.
Right. So what do you all think about Caribbean unity in Soca? And because Major Hype had a funny joke once. He say Jamaica they listen reggae and dancehall, but every other island is listening soca and just make soca. You know what I mean? For the most part. You dig?
Unity in soca music.
Or just more so as Caribbean people, you know what I mean?
I think it depends, you know. I think we all fight for our own identity, our own independence. Let it be a situation where, like, I guess we could say this, like Trump said, deport all the illegals and them kind of, let somebody say something that offends all of us and we're all one, you know.
That's true.
But on every given day, you don't want to call a Jamaican a Bayesian.
Right.
You don't want to call a Bayesian a Grenadian. Like, everybody wants their own identity to be recognized. So I mean, it's like a catch-22.
True. Because I mean, there's island pride for wherever you represent.
Right.
At the same time. Because you know, back in the day, I don't know if you're now saying it too. You'll probably experience it from the time they hear a Caribbean accent. Oh, you're from Jamaica.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But I think we've come a long way from them, man.
No, yes. Yes. Once upon a time over here.
So.
We come a long way, because once upon a time over here, if you told somebody, yeah, this person is from Dominica, they go say, oh, the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you hear accent. Oh, you're Jamaican.
Yeah.
You know, but it's more. There's more identity to it now. So it's getting there. It's not where it should be, but it's getting there. It's getting there.
Good vibes. I have one more question for both of them. You can answer it. What do you think it would take, or we've seen this whole thing happen with Killer and Nicki Minaj. And what do you think it would take for an artist coming out of Trinidad or Caribbean island to sort of break through in hip hop? It's a very different time, and record labels watching just numbers, and that's all they care about. But what do you think might help in that breakthrough or expanding into the American market as a Caribbean hip hop artist?
I think this is not just for hip hop artists. I think it's for any artist coming from the Caribbean. Being able to use social media and break the barriers of social media. You go into a man and this man might be important and you have a decent conversation. At the end of the day, he's studying where you're going to eat for dinner. He ain't trying to remember nothing that you just talk about because it's not really beneficial to him. First, we got to accept that the music business or business in general is a selfish conversation. Business is always what you could do for me. That's always how business goes. Now the benefit of this Nicki Minaj and Trinidad Killer situation, Killer know how to use the internet. So even though it was not an authorized song according to the producers, even though it was not supposed to happen, it happened to be the most, probably single-handedly, a song aside from the rhythm actually being good. It happened to be probably the most popular part of that whole ordeal was the fact that Trinidad Killer used the internet, air it, and got everybody to pay attention to that particular aspect.
Well, that's the thing. If you look at the cover of the Carnival wrap-up, you understand the heights in it. This year's cover is Carnival wrap-up written in the snow, and that took up so much bandwidth during the Carnival season. That was basically any and everything everybody talked about. That was the overarching theme. And as I say, for those who haven't seen the Carnival wrap-up 2025 yet, go and check it out. But also check out the lyric breakdown. I put out the lyric breakdown of verse 1, and I'm about to put the lyric breakdown of verse 2. Right? You know what I mean? And yeah, explaining that, Killer, my exact words, he knows how to leverage controversy. But with all the bright hair, still can't spell Eskimo.
He's good with psychology, though.
Yeah,
he's very good with psychology. He know how to, and it's a science when you do the social media, as you pointed out. And I also feel for artists to propel, they have to understand the business aspect, or they'll always get taken advantage of and fall behind at the wayside.
I called me Trini Kanye the other day. I know how you take that.
I agree, actually.
Right, but I mean, that's the thing. Is like, all right, no, but if that is a formula that works for you, there's a point where you can start to take it too far and you reach like a Kanye.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But I wish Killer all the best, no matter how much P-Kong has gay artists in the song. in the songs and the wrap up. I mean, love and respect to every artist out there grinding and doing it, man. And respect the killer for making huge. Is a huge stride. And you know, for those who don't want to recognize it, that is their loss.
Correct. I agree. You have to.
You have
You
to.
have to. It's in your face. You have to.
But to answer your question, I think that's the best piece of advice I could give to any artist. Lord, if you could use the internet to your advantage, because people love Bacchanal. We might not admit it, you know. But lay your neighbor there outside arguing, you might stand up by the side of the window, peeping to see what's going on. Everybody love Bacchanal. And Bacchanal sell. If you could leverage the internet and go viral, it works. It works. The only person that I've seen in recent times as an artist that kind of get a fall without any Bacchanal behind it is Kutin. And outside of that, I think anybody else that really gets somewhere had some sort of Bacchanal controversy behind it and it go forward. Full blown, as much as they have put out music and have hits and have accolades. Good Spirits is a good song, but until this rhythm, they didn't really get that popularity until this controversy.
Well, yeah, but at the end of the day, I think this is the first time they really put themselves out there as artists.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
They have about 2 or 3 other songs.
No, but I think that this actually.
No doubt, they do.
But I think this is the time where they were just like, they put their helmet on and say, yo, we're going to do this and take it a step forward.
Okay, maybe so. You guys may be right. I personally see it as they didn't have a choice. They didn't have a choice. And this is no shade and no disrespect to them, but it was meant for them to capitalize the best they could off of the moment. They say all publicity is good publicity. Whether it's bad or in between. So it's how you know how sometimes you gotta take the bad and flip it into a good, and it gives them the popularity now so that when they drop a song, you know, people
I know you don't believe in that. You know why you don't believe in all publicity is good publicity? Because the girl who take the thing and the girl who crap on the grave in Yuma.
I was just gonna mention her and
that
ask
is not good publicity. No way.
It's not good publicity.
How do you feel about that?
But it brings attention.
It sure did.
It's using the internet. So Yuma gets a blind for people who don't know, who never heard of Yuma. Now they know of Yuma. Unfortunately, this girl is benefit. But is it might not be the best way to hear about them, but the truth of the matter is, you hear about them.
I think Yuma good. I think Yuma safe. They don't really need you for that.
Oh, not at all.
They don't.
Not at all.
They don't.
But now I like why even why? Nah.
She went too far, man. No matter how bad the belly was, she went too far.
If it was a genuine time where you could not hold it, I think that's something you take to your grave. You don't go on social media
and talk about it casually while you putting on makeup.
But wait, you just say you take it to your grave?
You ain't the only one with double entendres, eh? No, but yeah, I don't think it was meant for social media. But I mean, granted, it worked. She's a topic of conversation right here, right now. She got what she was looking for.
That's the same thing I was saying throughout the whole day.
Sure, but right, and as you say, we ain't gonna get you no speed. But I mean, let me big up the people in the comments. Yes, I big up Patricia and the Trini Yardis, and she said a big up Chantel too. Big up Chantel. Oh, everybody locked on.
I want you to share. Big up Bertil. This is out in Twitch land. Bertil, Agony 711. Big up to you guys as well. Of course, to GMGT. Big up to you as well. I would like it if you could drop your social media handles before you head out so people could follow you. And remind them of the date that you'll be back and what show.
At Chromatics Music on Instagram and TikTok. You know what I mean? So follow me. If you're on the box too, Facebook, you can follow me there. Everything is at Chromatics Music, at Chromatics Music on YouTube. I want to urge everybody to go out there and like the Carnival wrap up. Comment, tell me whatever you want to tell me in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. And most importantly, chromaticsmusic.com. That is where my album is available, and that is where my EP Kobo Sweat is available. And they're both available for purchase. So I would appreciate if you spend your little $20 US and purchase them and You know, respect and manners every time. I will be in New York, May 17th. Gag order. See.
Well, I just followed you as we speak, and hopefully in May we do see you in studio. Regardless to what day, I think I'll make it my business to be here, man.
All right, no doubt. We'll make it happen for sure.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. It was a great conversation. I hope you enjoyed the conversation as well.
No doubt. Thank you for having me. And next time I'm going to make sure the microphone working. I already went on there.
I don't know either, man. But it's all
But the phone ain't looking too bad neither.
Nah,
it worked.
It worked. All right. Bless up.
Right,
Take
bless,
care.
man. Give thanks.
All right. Thank you very much, people. Keep up the good work. Blessings.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye. Yeah, man.
Well.
All right, guys. This was fun. We went well over because we said we were leaving earlier, and we were leaving at exactly 11.
You said you were leaving.
Yeah,
earlier.
I did. I just want to say shout out to everybody who stayed on YouTube, whoever stayed on GMGT on Twitch. Just want to say thank you guys for keeping it locked. My name is Chandy, sweet and fluffy like pink cotton candy. Remember to watch Chubble each and every Tuesday from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Next week, we actually have somebody coming into the studio.
Lit.
Yeah, so we're going to have a full flesh person here. And the week after, we're supposed to have Mason as well. Not in studio. Look at your face. No.
I know we'll send him on a message and say, yeah, congratulations to get through the visa dread.
No, sir. So we're going to have Mason up. Real controversy going on in Vinci with this bouillon and Soca business. I cannot wait to have that conversation.
I've been seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So shout out to DJ Dazzle. Don't forget to check his show out each and every
Friday from 9 to 11 p.m. Anything goes with Rhythm Cast right here on the greatest station in the world, GMGT.
And that's it.
That's it.
Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and all social medias at Chandy Media. Have a good night, guys. Chandy, sweet and fluffy like pink cotton candy. Watch Chubble. GMGT. Bye.
Tell I hate to stop breathe. And tell them the screw face need toothpaste, cause they toting too much like two suitcases. This one hit close to this hole like shoes lace. We don't trust none of them cause they damn two-faced. Well, I ain't come here now to make a friend. I just jump out to make the back bend. Give them a rhyme to wind the problems. Out of their mind and help them solve them. They say we love your lyrics but we ain't come to think. We just come